Well, welcome everyone to IPS's Mandate for Change election series. And I'm especially pleased to welcome you today on a day when we're still all basking in the glory of promises of a new era, at least a transformational moment for us now, and something that I think most of the country and the world is celebrating at some level. So welcome so much. And a little housekeeping before we start. This is the fifth in a series of 8 that IPS is holding on the election and a new administration and challenges and policies for a new administration. This one and the previous 4 are available as video and audio stream on our website, which is www.ips-dc.org. So I urge you to check out the other panels if you haven't already. This one will be up soon, and the future panels will be as well. The one today focuses on post-election analysis. And next week, November 11th, we'll focus on the issue of climate change and climate action. And there is a full listing on one of the handouts by the door. And these all contain some number of the authors that have contributed to our upcoming book, Mandate for Change. And there is also a flyer for this book that will be released near the first of the year. And our series will address some of those policy challenges and lead up to the release of the book. So, again, watch our website for developments there. Before we get into the question of policy and of challenges that we all face and what may be not as hopeful as we're feeling right now, I just want to grab the moment to again bask in the hope that we are feeling and to express some sentiment, because I think that most of us right now are feeling something different than we've ever felt in the wake of a previous presidential election. And I'm speaking not as a partisan, nor even as a member of IPS, but as a mother, as a woman, as a resident of this country, as a resident of the world, really, that I feel very different. I feel changed somehow. I think that President-elect Barack Hussein Obama has revealed to our country and to the world that what it means to be a United States American is something much different today, November 6th, 2008, than it was on Monday, November 3rd, 2008. Though it was the struggle and the blood of generations before him that really achieved that redefinition, it's remained largely hidden until he revealed it with his victory Tuesday night. The new U.S. American is black. The new U.S. American is mixed race. The new U.S. American has a Muslim name. The new American is raised by a single mother. The new American is brilliant and vibrant and decent and grassroots and internationalist and beautiful. And the new U.S. American, I think, inspires us all. And I contend that an Obama presidency, whatever challenges it may hold, whatever disappointments we may feel, it does make us all better U.S. Americans. And the promises of an Obama administration are great. They range from ending the war in Iraq, kudos to Code Pink in the front row, to closing Guantanamo Bay, to achieving universal health care and reversing racial and economic inequality. And Obama has achieved such a decisive victory that there is a clear mandate for progressive change. Obama's progressive credentials may be less clear. And our panelists will enlighten us on the possibilities of realizing these promises. But one last thing before we turn to them. I do feel compelled to highlight at least one egregious assault on civil liberties that took place with this election. The constitutional civil right of women and men to marry whomever they freely choose was ripped from the citizens of California and from us all by the hate and ignorant-based California Proposition 8 banning gay marriage. Similar marriages I wish similar marriages existed. Similar measures exist in other states, and Arizona and Florida passed another similar ballot measures. But in California, an existing constitutional civil right was taken away, and that continues the status of separate but equal with regard to sexual orientation, and that diminishes us all. And affirmative action was successfully banned in ballot initiative in Nebraska and may be so in Colorado. So as we rightfully and righteously celebrate the first African American president, let's not be lulled into the notion that the struggle for civil rights, be they racial, ethnic, age, disability, LGBT, has been won. We took a huge step forward as a nation, and we deserve to celebrate that. We need to celebrate that. But we remain far from the goal of equality. So on that somber note, I now turn to our panelists for a little more hope. And we will hear about the challenges of a new administration, a new Congress, and challenges that we as progressives on the ground face in realizing some of these promises. So first we have John Cavanagh. And John has been the director of IPS since 1998. In this capacity, he oversees programs, outreach, and organizational development. John has a BA from Dartmouth College and an MA from Princeton University. He worked as an international economist for the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the World Health Organization, and he directs IPS's Global Economy Project. He directed it from 1983 to 1997. He is the co-author of 10 books, numerous articles on the global economy. He and his partner, Robin Broad, recently published a book, Development Redefined, How the Market Met Its Match. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much. Okay. It's great to be here with you all. I'm going to start with the really big issue, and I've been having a big debate in my family over this, which is what happens to Levi. You've forgotten Levi, but Levi's the boyfriend of Bristol, who is the daughter of Sarah Palin. He was the guy who did not want to be a father or a husband. And one of my brothers has bet me $20 that they're going to get married by Christmas. And his reasoning is that People magazine's already offered them $1 million for the pictures from their wedding. And I don't think so. I don't think he's going for it. I think he's out of there. My favorite subject of an email in the last 48 hours was this one. This was from Ralph Nader sending a note to his supporters Tuesday evening. The title was Nader Wins Election. And it referred to a poll of high schoolers in the Berkeley Carroll School in New York City. But that was the title. What I want to focus on, I think Steve is going to tell you a little bit more about exactly what happened in the last 2 days ago. Exactly what happened, because that's what he knows. Bill Fletcher, who boldly came out with the statement, Progressives for Obama, with our board member Barbara Ehrenreich and others, are going to do something a little bit different. I mainly want to talk about how we think about our agenda. But I will just say a couple of things about that were interesting that happened on Tuesday, just randomly. One is there were 4 big groupings that voted over 60% for Obama. You've heard these numbers, but just to repeat them because they're interesting. African Americans, 96% who voted for Obama. Latino, 67%. And keep in mind that the numbers of Latinos who voted for Kerry went down below 55%, so 67. Young people are defined, I love the way young people are defined. This is